Grand Rising, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening if you happen to find this at that time of the day when you encounter this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We have another amazing chat as always. Today we're going to be talking about the kidneys, 10 signs that your kidneys are failing you. So as I know, most Americans are dealing with compromised kidneys, and that is what we're going to get into today. So give me 1 second because I didn't bring it on my clipboard. 10 signs. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Your kidneys are failing. So if you will, share this out with those that you know that this would be helpful for. Peace, peace. Thank you so much for being here. So my name is Nicole Brantley. I'm affectionately known as the womb therapist. I help women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, those who have trouble conceiving, take the option of hysterectomy and other surgeries off of the table and truly get to the root of your healing. We do that through many tools holistically, right? We're healing the whole person. So mind, body, spirit, and emotions. So in addition to addressing the physical, we have to make sure the spiritual is in check. We have to make sure that all parts are whole, right? We don't want to isolate things and just focus on the physical or just focus on this or focus on that. We need to focus on the whole person, mind, body, spirit, and emotions. Emotional healing and addressing your emotional baggage is a large part of the work that I do. And that comes from my therapy background, right? So understanding what you're dealing with from a root issue, from an emotional perspective, because when we see things manifest in our body physically, they always have an emotional root. So getting to your emotional root. All right. So we're going to just jump right in. Okay. So first and foremost, your kidneys are your body's filtration system, right? They're your body's filter. 150 quarts of fluid pass through your kidneys every single day. Every single day. Okay. And each kidney consists of millions of tiny filters that remove wastes from your blood, dilute them in water, and excrete them via your urine. Okay. So your urine has salts, toxins, and waters that need to be filtered out of the blood. Good morning, Bruce. This should be an effective filtering process, but if toxic wastes accumulate and builds up, then your blood becomes clogged. Okay? So this is what makes you feel chronically fatigued and sluggish. Always tired. No matter what you eat, no matter how many hours of sleep you get, you're just always tired. And that is a sign that your body really needs to do some foundational work. You need to change what it is that you're doing, because what you're currently doing isn't working. Okay? So this accumulated debris may cling together and form what we call kidney stones, right? So a lot of people deal with kidney stones, and there's something that are very easy to get rid of, but they're also something very easy to stop making happen in the first place. You got to understand that you're consuming too many acidic foods, right? In the forms of animal protein, and we'll get into that later down the line, but that is what forms kidney stones, an accumulation of debris clinging together. Right? And kidney stones are crystallized bits of waste that back up into your kidneys. And what forms the stones? Acid. All right. So that's just a quick overview of your kidneys being your body's filter or your body's filtration system, helping to cleanse your blood. It's passing through your kidneys every day. It's getting rid of salts and toxins and water that needs to be filtered from your blood. So let's jump right into the signs, because I also have solutions and I want to try to keep this video under 30 minutes if I can. So 10 signs that your kidneys are failing you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that paper airplane, share this out to people that you think would benefit from this. Because what I do know in the work that I do as a holistic doctor is that most people, I don't even think I can name one, hasn't had issues with their kidneys. And that is because of our standard American diet, right? That really wears down on the kidneys, okay? and makes them not do what they're supposed to do or function as they're supposed to function optimally. Okay? So, one way that you know your kidneys are failing you is that you have high or low blood pressure. Okay? So, the way I look at a blood pressure reading is the top number is your adrenal gland function. The bottom number is your kidney function. Okay? Again, top number, that lets me know what your adrenal glands are doing. They sit on top of your kidneys. They are the brains of your kidneys to help them pump and filter the waste. The number on the bottom is helps me understand what your kidneys are doing, right? So 120 to 130 on top is what you want to see. Perfect blood pressure is 120 over 80. So 120 to 130 on top, 70 to 80 on the bottom. Anything below that, anything above that, your kidneys are failing, okay? So low blood pressure, especially with that top number, that lets me know that your adrenal glands are failing. They are weak. They are not doing what they need to do. So we have to look at what is it that you're doing to cause your adrenal function to be weak. And they have many functions that I will not get into today because it's a lot. And I really want to focus on the kidneys and the signs that your kidneys are failing. Okay, so 120 over 80, perfect blood pressure. You want to stay in the range of 120 to 130 on top, 70 to 80 on the bottom. If you're swaying either way, your kidneys are failing. Okay, and it's because of the built up acid or the built up pressure in your kidneys that make it high. And the reason why it could be high or low blood pressure that signals that your kidneys are failing, because it's before it becomes hypertension, it is hypotension. Before anything rises, it falls. Okay? And so your blood pressure is low first before it gets high. And a lot of people have a misconception that, oh, well, my blood pressure is like 117 on the top and, maybe 60 on the bottom, so I'm good. You're not. Your kidneys are failing. And your adrenals are failing. And you want to make sure that number is as close to 120 over 80 as possible. That is how you know when your kidneys are correcting themselves. Okay? Blood work is not my favorite choice of tool to use to determine how your kidneys are functioning. I know they can test your creatine or your creatinine levels, and that's just a guide for me, right? I use many other tools to determine that. But if you will, you want to stay as close to 120 over 80 as possible, okay? If you have high or low blood pressure, that's how you know your kidneys are failing. That was one. Number two, swelling, or what the medical community calls edema, right? So swelling in your legs, swelling in your ankles, swelling in your feet, and swelling around your eyes, i.e., bags. So I'm still working on my kidneys, okay? So this is no judgment. When I'm learning for myself, I'm going to always come and teach, right? And kidney healing can take years. It depends on how long the kidneys were down. So, I don't like to compare because comparison is the thief of joy. But you can see a person with a mild reddish or like slightly puffy bags. And that can come from not sleeping enough, dealing with a lot of stress. There are other things that can contribute to that. But when you see people with really thick, knotty bags under their eyes, that is a sign that the kidneys are failing, and dark circles as well. All right. But when you're dealing with edema, which is the retention of water in your tissues, why would your tissues hold on to water? Because acid is burning things up and the body is trying to work for and with you by holding onto the water to cool off what's burning up. Okay. So that is why your body will hold on to water. But it is a dead giveaway that your kidneys are failing, because your kidneys should be filtering and getting rid of excess fluid out of the body. But when they're not performing optimally, you hold on to water. You have water retention, which is what swelling and edema is, right? So especially if it's happening in your legs, in your ankle, and in your feet, you want to make sure and I'm going to talk about this in solutions, that you are walking every day, that you are doing exercises for your legs, because let me tell you, when you go below the waist, there are no filters down there. You have to move those body parts in order for your lymphatic system to move and flow and get rid of wastes and toxins. Okay? So that was number 2, swelling. Number 3, frequent urination. When you are constantly running to the bathroom like a little kid with a little baby bladder. Okay? So peeing often, constant output of urine throughout the day. And if you're drinking a lot of water, yes, you will be running to the bathroom a lot, but that lets me know that you're acidic, because you should be peeing out all of your water. Where are you absorbing it to utilize it? How is it permeating your cells and helping you to flush if you drink it and then 30 minutes later you're peeing it out? It's a dead giveaway that something's not working, right? And that something is your kidney. So frequent urination, constant output of urine during the day, urinating at night. As an adult with this bladder, you should be able to sleep throughout the entire night without having to get up to pee. So when you constantly have to get up at night to pee, that is a sign that your kidneys are failing. All right? And then cut off your water supply at about 7 or 8. Try to cut off your water supply about 3 hours before you go to bed. And make sure you urinate before bed. And if you still have to get up in the middle of the night to pee, your kidneys are failing. Right? You need to work on restoring function to your kidneys and strengthening them. Okay? And then the other thing is decreased urine output. I know you're like, Nicole, frequent and decreased? Yes. Because a lot of people that go and get on dialysis for renal failure, they stop outputting. They stop putting out urine. They have a decrease in urine output. That is not good. That means your wastes are locked in and you're not moving them, which is going to form a cesspool of toxemia on the inside of your body. You don't want that. There is nothing good about having toxins floating around in your body. All right. So that was 3, frequent urination, which could look like peeing often, peeing throughout the night, and decreased output of urine. And let me tell you something about dialysis, since I mentioned it. Once you turn to dialysis, please know that you can restore and regenerate your own kidneys. Okay? Stop seeking out other people for their kidneys, because guess what? They need their kidneys, both of them. Our kidneys sit at the lower back, right? And they have the adrenals, which sit on top of them, right? But they filter each side of the body individually. So your kidneys work separately. Your right kidney helps to filter the right side of the body. Your left kidney helps to filter the left side of your body. If you give your kidney to your child or to your spouse or to your family member, or you're just so generous to give it to a stranger, you now have nothing filtering that side of the body for you. And then your other side is going to have to overcompromise for the side that's missing. You need both of your kidneys. You need everything that God gave you. People who have chronic kidney failure can restore their own kidney function. Okay? That's one thing I want to say. So your kidneys function bilaterally. Right side filters the right, the left side filters the left. Dialysis will take you out of here real quick. It does not make for good health. The first thing that it begins to affect is your heart. All right? So if you're already super weak and dealing with other conditions in addition to kidney failure, or what they call renal failure, and you start dialysis, you might not be around for a long time. So I often tell people, if you're still urinating, we can come off of that and we can restore functions to your kidneys. I'm going to name some of the solutions, but it gets even deeper than that. You have to be willing to do the work. There is no shortcut. You cannot take the escalator. You cannot take the elevator. You have to take the stairs. You have to do the work. That's what the cheat code is, doing the work. Okay? Not some flimsy supplement or this one-off thing, or just go exercise or just go do this. No, it's a combination of things that you need to be doing. How can they get off of dialysis after they get on? How did they get on? They just got on, right? So you just get off. I know they probably are going to tell you that, oh, you have to titrate, or you can't come off. Once you started, you can't stop. If you're going to go with their advice, that's what you're going to do, right? If you think you're going to need dialysis or whoever you're referring to is going to need dialysis for the rest of their life, if that is what you believe, you get what you believe, right? I remember when my mom was on high blood pressure medicine. She wouldn't listen to me, but she ended up listening to another doctor. And he was like, how did you get on your high blood pressure medicine? Cold turkey, right? So come off of it cold turkey. Just stop. Because it's not doing anything for you. It's actually making matters worse, right? Petroleum-based, synthetic, full of acids, full of chemicals. It's a slow death. All right? So I wanted to mention that about dialysis because as long as you're still urinating, you need to come up off of that. If you read the label on deodorant, if a deodorant contains aluminum and you're on dialysis, it says, if you have renal failure, don't use this deodorant because it knows your body doesn't have the ability to get rid of and release the urine. Excuse me, the aluminum. It knows your body does not have the ability to release the aluminum. And being on dialysis is a sentence that I just don't want to put a word in front of, okay? Because it alters your entire life. You have to go so many days a week. If you travel, you have to go find a dialysis center to where you're going and make sure that you can go and hook up to machines. It's a filthy process. There's nothing positive about it. And it is a cash cow. Go back and look at an old video that I did with a friend a couple years ago about just how much they make on one person from dialysis. And nothing about dialysis is correcting a root issue. Okay, and I stayed there way too long. So let me go on, and I'm going to recap quickly for those of you who just filed in. We are talking about the 10 signs that your kidneys are failing. Number 1 was high or low blood pressure. 2 is swelling or edema in the legs, feet, ankles, and eyes, which is like bags around the eyes. 3 was frequent urination, peeing often, urinating throughout the night, and decreased urine output, so not urinating enough. All right. Number 4, chronic fatigue or weakness. You are constantly tired. Hey, Shakila, how are you, sweetie? Constantly tired. Chronic fatigue. No matter what you do, you're just always tired. Okay? That is a sign that your kidneys are failing. That is a great thing to do. Okay? She says, I drink dandelion tea at least twice a week. Is that beneficial? There's nothing wrong with drinking it every single day. Okay? Great for the liver, great for the kidneys. So chronic fatigue and weakness is a sign that you are dealing with poor kidney filtration. Your kidneys are failing. You have to strengthen your kidneys. That's number 4. Number 5 is lower back pain or pressure. It could be severe or it could be acute. But if you constantly are feeling like, oh, my back hurts. Oh, I need to lay down. Oh, I need to rest my back. Or when your body is in a very relaxed state, you feel the pressure down there. It feels very painful down there. What that says is that there's poor kidney filtration. Your lymph system back there is not moving as it needs to move. The blood and the lymph are not flowing freely, right? And so what locks that in? A lot of acids in your diet, a lot of animal protein in your diet, starches, grains, like the overconsumption of these things. So when you're dealing with low back pain and pressure, do not ignore that. That is a sign that your kidneys are failing. You need to get things moving. You need to hydrate your body. You need to start flushing your body. You need to be upping your water intake, right? You should be drinking at least 2 liters of water a day. I don't believe in that whole gallon of water a day. You can drink too much water, especially when you're acidic and you hold on to water, edema. Do not be drinking that much water. 2 liters is sufficient, and you need to be getting the rest of your water from fresh fruit and your fresh pressed juices and your fruit smoothies. Your body will pull the water from that. That water is far superior than any water you could drink. H3O2, right? And it comes with all of the things that come with it. If it's in there, if it's in the soil, the vitamins, the minerals, the silica, the whatever, okay? So lower back pain or pressure, that's a sign that your kidneys are failing. you got work to do. You need to get to work. You need to change what you're bringing in and take out and eliminate some things that are causing you to have that lower back pain or pressure. And pay attention. I had a steak last night with potatoes and corn. My back really hurts today, right? Pay attention to the things that you consume that causes that ache to be just a little more, okay? So that was 5. Number 6 is restless leg syndrome. It usually happens when you're sleeping at night. Your hips are burning. Your legs feel like pins and needles, if you will, to describe that. You're like, what is that? I know one thing that does that for sure is shrimp. When you consume shrimp, because it is so high in metals, right? From the metals that are in the water, the oceans that these seafoods are being pulled out of, you can experience RLS, or what's known as restless leg syndrome, at night, the night after you consume it. Okay? I know white rice does that for me. If I bring rice into my diet, my RLS the same night. Hips burning, legs stinging, everything hurting, right? So it's like, don't want that. Don't want to experience that. And then you can't sleep at night, right? Because your legs are experiencing that pain, that tingling. That is a sign that your kidneys are feeling, because metals are floating and nothing is being released. But let me tell you something about heavy metals. They damage and destroy the gut, right? They're responsible for things like ADD, ADHD, and a host of other mental health issues on the autism spectrum and not, right? Bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, all of those things, because metals float unless you give them a way out. Right? So you need to be consuming something that's going to attract them to like a magnet so that you can pee and poop them out. All right? So before I do any kind of heavy lymph moving, even exercising, like I tell people, don't be gym rats. Don't be getting all, in the gym and going so super intense and your kidneys are not feeling. How do you know your kidneys are not feeling when you work out really strenuous? Your recovery is horrible. You're in a lot of pain. You're like, dang. I'm sore. You should not be sore. You should not be sore. That is a sign that your kidneys are failing, okay? Because lactic acid is being produced with all of that movement, and there's too much acid already present, and acid on top of acid creates a burn, okay? So that's how you know. What does your recovery look like? So restless leg syndrome. 7, cramps. Lots of muscle spasms, Charlie horses, cramps out of the blue. Sign that your kidneys are failing you. So if you're constantly dealing with spasms, you need to be on an antispasmodic, right, in the form of a liquid herbal tincture. And you need to cut back on some of the things that I'm going to share as solutions, the things that you're eating that are causing these cramps, things that are very high in acid, right? So that was 7, cramps. Number 8 is dry, itchy skin. If your skin is dry, if your skin is itchy, if your scalp is dry, if your scalp is itchy, if you suffer with severe dandruff, your kidneys are failing. Why? Because your skin will act as a third kidney and pick up the brunt of things and try to expel all of the toxins that your kidney otherwise should be. But it's like, they ain't working. This toxic overload is too much. Let me help you out. Third kidney activated. So you're going to see things like dry skin. You might see some skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, hives, rashes, dandruff. Your scalp is an extension of your skin. Dandruff is toxins leaving through your scalp because they have nowhere other place to come out from. Okay? So we're doing things like, grease my scalp down. You're clogging your pores. Get to the root issue. You have too much acid in your body and now you're acidic from head to toe and it's coming out of your scalp. Okay? So dry, itchy skin. And that's because of the internal dehydration that's going on as well. Because of all the acids. That's what acids do. They harden, they corrode, they dry out. They're the exact opposite of hydration. So this is why you have dry, itchy skin. And no matter what you put on it, it's like, oh my God, my skin is sucking this up. Why isn't this working for me? Right? Because you're internally dehydrated. Okay? I'm glad this is helping you, Elevated by Love. I'm so glad this is helping you. Number 9, profuse sweating with minimal to no activity. Even when you work out, you should be sweating, right? That's a good sign. When you're working out and you're not sweating, we have a problem, Houston, because you should be sweating. But when you're doing very minimal, you just walked up a flight of steps, you're sweating profusely. You just walk from your car to the front of the door of the store, you're sweating profusely. That is a sign of kidney failure. Why are you sweating like a pig? Right? And that's because your body is trying to get rid of the accumulated toxic waste. It's too much. It's activating that third kidney because not enough is leaving through your uric acid, via your pee. So your skin, again, is taking on the brunt, making you sweat, getting out toxins, getting out waste. It's doing a great job, but even the skin can get overworked and say, you know what? I'm done. And that's when you stop sweating. And that's what you don't want to happen. All right. So that was number 9, profuse sweating with minimal activity. You know, something simple as walking up a flight of steps and then you're out of breath. That's a sign your kidneys are failing too. Breathlessness. Right? You get out the car, you walk to the store, to the front of the store. You're out of breath and you're sweating. Your kidneys are failing, my love. It's time to do something different. It's time to do something different. And number 10, and then I have 2 bonuses for you. Number 10 is difficulty sleeping. If you are dealing with insomnia, if you are having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, that is insomnia, right? Let tomorrow's worries be tomorrow's worries, because a lot of us aren't sleeping good because we worried about tomorrow. We've been worried about enough for the day. Lay that down. Turn that off. Quiet your mind. This is where learning to meditate comes into play and becomes very effective. Okay? Learn to quiet your mind. Learn to be still. Incorporate meditation into your daily routine or regimen. Right? I prefer to do it after I get up, drink a glass of water, take my aminos, wait 30 minutes, get my workout on for 30 minutes, let my body cool down, take my shower, meditate immediately. Start your day that way. It makes for a much better day. All right? But difficulty sleeping, having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, which is known as insomnia, is a sign that your kidneys are failing. Sign of chronic kidney issue. And that is because your adrenals sit on top of your kidneys. Again, they are the brains of your kidneys. They help pump and filter the waste. But when they are worn down, you will see insomnia. You will see anxiety. You will see panic attacks, right? You will see the lack of absorption of your minerals and your trace minerals. They're responsible for so many things that I don't want to get into today because we're focusing on the kidneys, signs that your kidneys are failing. And so that was number 10, difficulty sleeping, insomnia. One of the bonuses, nausea and vomiting. Nausea and vomiting. Why? Because you got a lot of toxins in the body that are just stirring up and moving around and not moving out. So you tend to feel sick on your stomach, or you tend to vomit. And let me tell you something, vomiting and diarrhea and fever, which can ultimately induce sweating, are those things, your body's mechanisms that are like, ooh, too much toxicity overload. We can't take another drop. We got to figure out a way to get rid of this and fast. So you'll have liquid stool, diarrhea immediately. Or you'll have vomiting, right? To get rid of toxins. That's a quick way for the body to be like, oh, we got to get rid of that. Oh, we recover. And then you feel better, right? But constant nausea and vomiting is a sign of toxicity, accumulated waste. You have to do some internal cleaning. You got to detox. That's how you correct your kidneys. Okay? And then the other bonus is that you will see erectile dysfunction in men due to the stagnant lymph that is locked in by acid and the kidneys not filtering enough waste and your prostate area being clogged. You need blood to flow there. You need good circulation, right? In order to get an erection. ED in men is a sign of poor kidney filtration. Your kidneys are failing. Okay? So we need to work on that. We need to get to the root of those things. So quickly, let's go through the solutions so that we can wrap this up. Number 1, drink at least 2 liters of water a day. I already said that. let me tell you why. It lubricates your joints, right? And your muscles. It improves digestion. It regulates your temperature. It washes out wastes from your kidneys and your entire body. It helps with moving things out of the colon. That is why you should be drinking at least 2 liters of water. The rest of your water should be coming from high water content, juicy fruit. I say if you have kidney failure, when watermelon season hits, you need to be taking part every day in the form of eating watermelon and drinking the juice of watermelon. And fellas with the ED, with the erectile dysfunction, you need to be eating the whole watermelon because that's going to help you get an erection back. Watermelon has some very powerful things in the rinds and in the skin. And make sure you scrub it down and wash it good. Juice the whole watermelon and drink it. Eat the watermelon and the rind. Okay? 2, fresh juices, both fruits and vegetables, because they both serve a purpose. Fruits are going to be very cleansing and detoxifying. Your green drinks are going to give you the chlorophyll, the plant blood that you need, the high calcium, the iron, those things that are rich in greens, right? And they build. Those are builders. So you need your cleansing and you need your building. So you need to be partaking in both fresh fruit and vegetable juices. They are detoxifying liquids and building liquids. All right. 3, consuming more plant-based foods and raw foods, okay, that are very hydrating, that have not been altered from their original state. They are cooked by the sun-fired foods, not what you cook. And when you cook, you're releasing the nutrients out of the food. Right? We're the only species that does that and calls it cooking. Okay? This is why you need to incorporate more raw. So salads, because they're high in water. Fruits, again, fresh fruit, high in water. Smoothies, right? You might use fresh or frozen fruits, high in water. Your body's going to pull the water from that. Your herbal teas, because you make your tea with good spring or distilled water. Vegetable soups, salt-free or low salt, Celtic or Himalayan. You don't need to be using any other kind of salt, okay? Because if you're dealing with a lot of acid, that salt's going to make your body hold on to water. You're going to have more edema in those legs, those ankles, and those feet. So that's why you need to stay out of the restaurants that cook with the MSG and the Lowry's and all of the things that are high in sodium and fried. And our animal products, because it's going to further break down those kidneys. Stay away from those things. Clean up your internal terrain so that the organs and glands can begin to be washed and cleansed and they can function as they should. 4, slow down and eventually eliminate proteins, animal proteins in particular. They are nothing but acids. Acid, acid, acid. That is what causes your urine to be foamy. If you pee, especially men, if you are standing up and you're urinating and when you pee, all you see is bubbles and foam, that is a sign that your kidneys are failing. Okay? Work needs to be done. It's a lot of acid and a lot of protein in your body, which are failing your kidneys. Okay? And animal proteins, if you didn't hear me, makes you susceptible to high levels of uric acid. I know we love our chicken. I know we love our burgers. I know we love our lamb chops, because that's the new things everybody's on. I know we love our meat and the way we season it to make it taste good, because if you didn't season it, you wouldn't eat it. That's how you know it ain't for us, because we got to season it to death. Okay? Stay away from it if you have kidney failure. And I hear people say this to me all the time. Oh, I had kidney failure when I was in my 30s. Oh, when I was in my 20s, I had kidney failure. Oh, when I was born, I had kidney. If you didn't do nothing to correct it, you still got kidney failure. Even if you're not presenting with any signs or symptoms, because your body has gotten numb and used to the abuse of standard American diet. Okay? And you've made that your new normal, to be in pain, to feel bad, to feel sluggish, to feel fatigued. Oh, this just comes with age. Oh, this just comes with time. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If you eat properly, you can have energy. You can have youthfulness. I know 70-year-olds that look my age, and I don't look my age, right? Because guess what? Cooked foods age you. Acids age you. Alcohol ages you. Drug use ages you. So those things that we do that are harsh to the body, they age our bodies fast. Your skin starts to look not youthful, not good, right? Not supple and soft. You got to take into consideration the things that you're doing that are making you age faster. Okay? And then 5, move your body. Simple body motion. Okay? Because I'm not a proponent of you working out all intensive if your kidneys are failing. Because you're going to produce lactic acid. That acid on top of acid is going to create a burn. You're not going to recover well from your workouts. You're going to always be sore, which is going to make you not want to work out. Right? But when you move your body with simple motions every single day, which can be a walk, which could be rotating your shoulders forwards and backwards, which could be swinging your arms up and down, touching your feet, doing simple exercises to move your body and get things moving, will dislodge stubborn, accumulated wastes from your body and get your lymph moving. Okay? Because that internal toxemia with distress, right? Because that's what we cause our body when we move it that way, shows itself as pain. So when you feel pain anywhere, know that that's crystallized acid somewhere. Okay? So those are the 5 solutions. Drink at least 2 liters of water. Make sure you're drinking fresh pressed juices, both vegetable and fruit. Eating a plant-based diet, predominantly raw, fruit, salads, juices, smoothies, vegetable soups, herbal teas, and the like. Slow down and eventually eliminate all animal protein from your diet. We have no use for it. I did a whole video with one of my friends probably a year ago. Go back and look at it. It's called, I think the title was like something in bodybuilding, proteins in bodybuilding. Just go listen. The way I break down why we have no use for animal protein. They're getting it from plants firsthand. You're getting it from them secondhand. Get it from the plant yourself like they're getting it from the plant, the source, right? We've just grown accustomed to loving our meat. It does nothing for us but age us. And it gets lodged and it sits in our colon and causes us to have malabsorption where we're not absorbing the nutrients from the foods that we need because it's full of gunk in there. We don't regularly detox. We don't regularly get colonics or do enemas on ourselves at home. So we don't have proper waste elimination. Your colon is the dirtiest part of your body that leaches toxicity to other parts of your body. And then when we become acidic from head to toe, we have so many conditions. The body is screaming at us. It's letting us know that what you're doing is not working, right? And 5, move your body. Get in motion. Get in motion. And if you're like, oh, I don't have time, get up like I get up. 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. Get up, get 30 minutes in. Make no excuses. Right? When I was doing things to build my business 10 years ago, I want to write a book. I want to do this. I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get 2 hours of work done before I started my day at 6 because I didn't have it on the back end. And I don't like to work late at night when I'm tired, when my brain's not fresh. Make excuses or make it happen. That's what we have to do. Right? And I don't want to belabor the moment. If you're just tuning in, make sure you go back and you watch from the beginning. We talked about how to detoxify the liver. We talked about 10 signs that your kidneys are failing you, plus 2 bonuses. And we talked about solutions. So if any of these signs resonated for you, the lower back pain, the cramps, the dry, itchy skin, you're dealing with dandruff, you got swelling all over the place, you got high blood pressure or low blood pressure, you're always peeing or you don't pee enough, you got restless leg when you eat certain things in the middle of the night, you can't sleep, insomnia. If you're dealing with those things, I highly encourage you to join me. Sign up today so you can get your tools that you need to be on time for the program for my next group detox program. It begins Monday, June the 3rd. Okay, get in there, learn how to incorporate more raw foods into your diet. Come and do this with a group so you have the camaraderie, you have the accountability. You don't feel like you're going at this alone. You gotta make changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes, right? If your health is declining because you're not willing to change, your health is going to continue to decline because you're not willing to make the changes. DDJNN says, wow, crazy. They get it from plants, so we should get it straight from the source. Absolutely. Why? That's just like standing in a room with a bunch of people smoking. We inhaling the secondhand smoke, and they're getting the benefit of getting all that. Why would you want secondhand protein? Get it straight from the source like they are. What do you see cows doing all day? Grazing, horses grazing, right? So why get it secondhandly? Get it firsthand. Get it straight from the source. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope today was helpful. I hope that you can take some of those solutions and implement them right away. If you know that you need help, foundational help, I have a 6-month program that you can jump into. We're going to get to the root of what you're dealing with. You're going to know what's going on in every single organ and gland within your body. You're going to know what you need to work on first, right now, immediately, what we can move into working into, and then what we can move on to working into from there. Okay, so that's my foundational program. DM me if you're interested in doing that 6-month program because you have chronic illness, chronic health problems, and you know that you really need deeper internal cleansing and healing. Right? If you want to just get your feet wet and you're like, whew, Nicole, I'm not ready for all of that, jump into the detox program. It starts Monday, June the 3rd. Join now. You can join at the link in the bio, or you can go to my website, ilovebeingfresh.com, and make sure that you click on the programs tab and join there. All right? Jumpstart your healing. It's just a jumpstart. You can do anything for 30 days. You can take away anything for 30 days. It's mind over matter. Okay? And this is what we need to do. We need to renew our minds. We need to shift our mindsets. That's why we're sick, because we're not willing to shift those mindsets. We're just not willing to do it. And that's what it's going to take for us to get our health to another level. Okay? The signs are all here. The bags under our eyes, the swelling, the itching, the eczema, the psoriasis, all of the things. The signs are there. It's what we're bringing in. It's our environmental stressors. We got to check those too. We got to deal with our emotional baggage. How are we handling our day to day? We got to move our bodies. It makes you feel so much better. Okay, it's warmer out. Go walk around the block. Go find a track to walk on. Go in the air-conditioned mall. Go walk around the mall, but do something other than complain. Because complaining doesn't make a change. It just makes you sicker because it's negative energy. All right? So I hope today's video helped you. I hope you can take something and apply it immediately. I love you guys. Take care of your body so that your body can take care of you. Health does not happen by chance. It happens by choice. Do the necessary things to begin to jumpstart your healing and take your health to another level. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. We can't keep doing the same things thinking we're going to get a different result. That's insanity. All right? So love yourself more in 2024. That's been the theme. I hope to see you in the group detox program on the other side. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye for now.